It's weird, but I've kind of always been interested in eyes. A lot of people say that eyes are the windows into a person's soul, and I can't really help but agree with that statement completely. I've spent at least 7 years of my life doing art, all the way from late elementary school all the way through high school, and whenever I've drawn, I've kind of been always focused on a person's eyes. So in this last week between work, I would just pick up a piece of paper and a pencil and just start drawing eyes. This one, of course, being modeled after me, this one after my friend Brenda, my friend Jessie Ann, and this one might have been a little more interesting. This is the picture I posted to my Facebook. Posted in the caption that this was an experiment and asked my friends if they could identify any of these people. And without a reference photo, it was easy for people to identify me. Not surprisingly, people who didn't know the second person couldn't identify Brenda. For those who did know her, it was easy for them to pick her out as well. For the third one, I went online and pulled out a picture of Barack Obama. Now maybe with Barack Obama in mind, you might be able to picture how these eyes would be. Barack Obama. One of my friends had responded. He was able to identify me. He wasn't able to identify Brenda because he didn't know Brenda. And for the third one, he was able to pull out Barack Obama. I asked my friend what is his own thoughts about his own ability to identify people just by their eye. And he responded, well, I don't know. I guess they say that the eyes are the window to the soul. Really, there's much more than just two eyes. There's the expression, the shape of the eyelids, degree of sunkenness, position, and qualities of eyebrows, and of course, humans tend to get a lot of practice recognizing each other. I don't really suppose it's too surprising. This just got me even more interested in how we recognize faces. I pulled up an article called How Do We Recognize Faces? Human faces reveal a lot of vital information about the person's identity, including their sex, their age, and their health. There was a difference between the way that Easterners looked at faces and the way that Westerners looked at faces. Facial recognition for the Chinese focuses on the central area of the face, around the nose area, while the Westerners referred to the triangular area around their eyes. That brought me to another idea of why do we censor people's eyes? If it's true that the Chinese focus not on their eyes, but the rest of their facial features and the arrangement of those features, wouldn't that just make censoring eyes silly and ineffective? I was reading through some discussion boards online about why do we censor people's eyes. They were bringing up a lot of cases where this wasn't really efficient. When looking at this picture, it's almost too easy to identify who this is, especially since it's such an iconic photo when we think of Barack Obama. Of course, yes, they were trying to disprove this form of censorship's effectiveness, but yet I don't think that the purpose of this form of censorship is to make the highly recognizable unrecognizable, but it's there to make the less well-known unknown. But to bring it all the way back to the beginning of the video, that was a mouthful. Because the human face provides all that vital information, like the sex, the race, the age, and the health, I think we tend to make more generalizations based on the features that we see in a person's face. And while we look into somebody's eyes, we try to read more into somebody's expressions and their soul and their personality. I'm taking an ethnic studies course right now at Oregon State. In fact, this is actually a project for that class. And because it was something that was on my mind for the last week, I thought I would share my thoughts on the way that we identify people, not only on their facial features, but also through their eyes and how we read them emotionally and physically. And then also the way that we use that information in order to help identify people. And so I thought it was really fun when I drew all these eyes. I'm able to connect back to these people just by looking at these drawings that I've made. Something that I think would be interesting is if we expanded on this idea. What if we took another part of a person's face and tried to identify people based on that information? Whether it be drawing pictures of that feature or taking Photoshop. Do we observe people well enough in order to recognize them just by this small, minute detail? I know I'm going to play around with it. I suggest that you try it out. And when you do, let me know how it goes. I want to thank you for watching. Keep on vlogging and have fun.